the channel, guys. This weekend is the Formula Drift Round 3 weekend. We're at Ebisu Circuit, a brand new layout. It's very interesting and fun. You're gonna see later on in the video, but I'm feeling the best I've ever felt. The car's feeling the best we've ever felt. I will go through some of the big changes that we've made later on, but for now, we're gonna go out and do some practice laps. Let's get straight into it. So jumping into practice, I want to show you the biggest issue that we've been trying to solve for the last few days. That is on entry. You can see me kind of fighting with the wheel, finding grip, trying to get the front end to grip up, but we've got a lot of understeer issues. Still the same issue that's kind of been plaguing us since the start of the season. Overall though, car feels good. I'm actually driving the car in 4,000 horsepower mode now. The advice that I've been given is to try and get used to the car at that level of power as quick as possible and just keep driving with it, even if the track doesn't demand it, because that's the quickest and fastest way for me to learn. Overall though, not the worst lap, but once again, we're still having that kind of understeering issue on entry, which is something we never really dealt before in FTJ2. But we obviously have much bigger tires on the rear now, a lot more grip. And then this happens to me on the next lap. You guys just would have seen I washed out really heavy, and this is the result. This is the first time I've ever done this actually. On entry, when we jab the brake really, really hard, if it's too hard, it'll do this. So we're gonna work on that, but this is the first one I've done, and I've used these same tie rods I think for nearly 2 years now. So pretty awesome. First time we bent that. Felt very, very wild, and that's why we washed out after it bent. Otherwise, guys already got it switched out for us. We're trying a whole new comm system right now. We haven't really been using comms before, and it's been really, really good as a team, being able to communicate and always having our ears what's going on. So I'm pretty stoked on that, and things are running a lot smoother. But yeah, we've been under the tie rod in the comp car. First time. Because the lines are getting stretched, so we might need some longer brake lines in the future. Also, the track is so hot. It is so hot today. Everything just feels greasy no matter what I do. I'm running like 15 PSI in the rear. We have like 18 PSI in the front, and it just feels so slippery. It's crazy. We'll be okay though. We just gotta make some adjustments, and then I'm just gonna do a less of an aggressive kind of entry so that we can not wash out. That's our goal.
Yeah, that was almost dead on.
And then we finally get a win. After 3 days of trying to find this issue and figure out why I was having understeer issues on entry, I asked Daigo Saito for some advice and he got it right away, nail on the head. And you can see we actually tested it here. I was very, very surprised after entry that we had no understeer issues, and that's why I kind of like didn't do a great run. But I get very excited because we finally didn't have understeer on entry. It's day 2 of Formula Drift here at Ebisu. Yesterday, we had a ton of issues. We kept still having that understeer issues. We thought we had solved it, but then it was coming back and we were just going backwards and forwards. We spent pretty much all of our laps. I have only 2 laps today to pretty much just practice in the car, but we finally have it solved. We know what the solution is, and while it is kind of just a band-aid fix for now, the car drives like it used to. I have my front end, I don't have any understeering issues, I can feel it going into the entry, which is what's important. After that though, we will need to change the rear end a little bit and change to a 2-way LSD. The issue, believe it or not, is because we have a lock diff, we were running a spool. It's a welded diff essentially. And what that's creating on big entries is that inner wheel is not disengaging when my foot's on the clutch, so that's pushing the whole car forward. And when we have really big tires on the rear with a bunch of grip, let's say 15 PSI, which is where I really need it to be at the 1,000 horsepower level, it's pushing the whole car forward. And once that slip starts in the front end, I lose my whole front end until the car slows down, or I left foot brake during entry. So the easiest way to solve it for now is a bit more tire pressure in the back. We're now able to maintain front grip, maintain control in the entry, and now we're gonna be okay. It means we're gonna be slower for comp, but all I care about right now is the car feeling good and me understanding it more. It's been such a learning curve, leveling up the car power, leveling up the car grip, and what that's actually meant for me as a driver, and figuring out, understanding suspension better. These last 3 days have been brutal, but I feel like we're finally at a point now where the car's feeling incredible. I know I always say that, but every single time we find something else with it, it just makes it easier for me to drive. But that's that. So we're gonna go on today. We got 2 practice laps, then we got 2 laps for qualifying. I'm hoping we get a good point run and we can be in the show tomorrow. HKS just stopped by and checked out the car. Gave us another new snapback with their oil splash livery there. Love that on the brim. But they also gave us this, a little sunshade thing. I've never used this, but it looks awesome and it's gonna keep the heat out of the car whenever it's parked in the sun today. So we'll put it in there. I think it's awesome. It's very thoughtful of them because it's way too hot these last few days. Look at that. Man, put it up in the roll cage because I don't have a rear vision mirror, but. Oh yeah, nice. Man, she's in. See? Practice those 2 laps, they felt good. The second one, tiny bit of understeer, but it's manageable. We're gonna try a few things to make sure my front tires are at optimal temperature before we head out. In Formula Drift, you're not allowed to use tire warmers, but it's a very nice hot day and the sun's out. And I don't know if you can see behind me, but yeah. Anyways, that should work really, really well, and we'll be able to have the temperature, bring down the pressure to where they need to be so that we don't have that issue. But otherwise, car feels great. The little bit of understeer we had was just tiny and minimal, but still that should be rectified when we do change to the 2-way, so I'm pretty hyped about that regardless. I still think the laps that we did though, they're still gonna be pointers, they're not gonna be zeros or anything like that, but obviously the sun is out, we've got like 3 hours before qualifying even starts. The sun will warm up the track more, so we need to try and keep that in mind and be a little calm and relaxed. But that aside, I'm going out there and we're gonna be doing our best.
Fan favorite here, car number 11, Sam Lucas from Team SAMMIT, driving the S15. Very, very famous YouTuber here, driving the S15, pink. Oh no! SAMMIT! I would say that is performance as well, but he knocked over the tire barrier after the outside zone 1, but he keeps on going. He does not stop. Team SAMMIT with the S15, Pink's S15. If he's gonna be able to put together a clean run right here, and there's a flick, and he goes kind of deep in the outside zone too. There you go. He gets it into the zone, misses the first. Oh no! Something happened. Something happened. The car cut off.
Definitely not how I wanted this weekend to end. I felt really good on the entry. It was nice and conservative, not deep enough, but I was prepared to go deep everywhere else on the wall and in every other zone to make sure we were going to get around a 70-point score to get us into the competition tomorrow. Unfortunately though, this coupler here said otherwise. I actually have some photos of it on my phone. Daikie's already fixed it because we're going to go test the car at North Course and kind of get something out of this weekend. This is what it looked like when we came off the pits. You can see it popped off. And then you can see that the coupler had split on the inside, which is probably why it got loose and then popped off. We're running about 1.8 bar. 1.8 bar is where this thing makes 1,000 horse. I would love to run this thing at 2 bar at some time in the future, maybe at Sugo or Okayama, but for now, That's where we're at. And I think we've hit a limitation. I think we really need to upgrade our couplers, maybe even our intercooler piping. I'm thinking now we just go to like some vibrant clamps, maybe even change from the aluminum to the titanium for something lighter. But we'll see. We'll come back next round stronger than ever. I can't stress this enough. It was very, I don't know if the GoPro caught it, but I was devastated when it happened because it was the same feeling from the car at Sugo in FDJ2 when I got 4th place. I lost all boost. Falso just put down a nice 82-point lead. Good job, man. So yeah, I was devastated, to say the least. Also, my first run, I don't consider that a crash. I don't know why the judges were so rough on that, but at the same time, I think it would have been still a very hard lead run for someone to chase, so I kind of get it. But yeah, at the end of the day, I can't stress this enough. We are manifesting something good. No one ever gets good at something right away. You always kind of have this cringe kind of part that you have to climb over because you suck, but that's you manifesting to get good at that thing that you're trying to do. And we're just going through everything and learning. We're amateurs, we're total amateurs, and we're learning at the same time. So we'll come back stronger next round, we'll give it our all.